And now, after a long waiting of preparations and getting ready to witness another exciting summer break, we are ready to present Chao Racing 2020's Fall Preview Show, and it's gonna be a dandy. I am your announcer, Paul Sycamore, and this is your fabulous host, ready to fall in for another great time here today, Brandon Jennings! Hello everybody! It's about time we do a fall preview show! Seems long, doesn't it? And hello to your fans all. Sorry that the ChaoEmperor was slacking off on its time, but I'm glad we finally got all of our superstars up and running with us stats, and now it's time to present our fall preview show here on Chao Racing 2020. So come on in and cheer on all your favorite superstars and grab a seat to watch all of the exciting Chao Racing fun. Paul Sycamore, are you ready to get this one started? Yup, it's been a long time since our mid-season finale, and now we're ready for our fall preview show. Alright, now without further ado, who do we have for the first race of our 2020 fall preview show? Well, the first race of our fall preview show this year will feature Jason Hill, Eddie Williams of the Williams Brothers, Thomas Wingrider, and Raymond Hill. As usual, our races will be held on the Emperor course. Let's look at the lineup, and we hope everyone will have a great time cheering on the favorite superstars in our fall preview show. Let's have some fun, shall we, fans? Please start the race! And Raymond Hill is quarterback. That means Jason Hill, Eddie Williams, and Thomas Wingrider will have the opening edge. Right now, these three Chao are going to make their way towards the palm trees. And like we always do, they're going to shake the palm trees to bring down that coconut-shaped fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And there goes Thomas Wingrider and Jason Hill. Number 8 also in the game at kind of moment. And it looks like number 8 is quarterback. Yep, and Thomas Wingrider and Jason Hill are both heading for the water. As number 2 wins the first speed race of our fall preview show, and he can forget about going to rest. Number 1 is going to rest, and poor number 7 is getting left behind in the competition. He's trying to make a gamble over at the water. As number 2 opens this one up with back-to-back speed bursts, and he can say farewell to numbers 1 and 8 in a hurry. Good strategy so far by number 2. Meanwhile, Thomas Wingrider is leading over Jason Hill as they make their way towards the sapphire portion of your course. Once they get past the pair of flags that separates like a gate. As the next speed is made by Raymond Hill. He was the 2019 World Champion during that time. And take a look at point number 2. With back-to-back speeders, he's showing dominating over the fourth show, or at least trying to. And there he goes! He gets another speed bus, and look at that! Eddie Williams is going to rest. So number 2 will move up to 4th place. But I think he's paused for one, yeah? So the other two show have a little bit of catching up to do. And let's find out who will get the next 10 SPS. It's going to be Eddie Williams, who's going to be one half of the Williams Brothers, who will get the next 10 SPS. Boy, he doesn't want to be left behind from the young competitors. They're already making their way towards the wall. Luke, Jason, Eddie, and Thomas are all coming out the wall, and we'll soon know which one will have enough guts to win this one at the whole stretch. Next PS belongs to number 2. That makes his 4th speed bus of the base. Trying to pull this one away over the force of a Chao as they climb up the rugged wall, trying all their might to use all their strength. And now Eddie Williams will get his 2nd speed bus. Right now, Thomas Wingrider is still in the lead as he makes his way towards home stretch. The 4 Chao are making way towards the ruby portion of the yellow course. And it looks like here comes Raymond Hill with the next SPS, trying one last effort to stay alive. But it looks like Thomas Wingrider is going to hold on for the victory. Thomas Wingrider is our winner. And Eddie Williams will get the last speed bus. So Thomas Wingrider wins the first race of our fall preview show. Yup, he's continuing to do well, alright. Back for race number 2 after a word from our sponsor. And now, who do we have for race number 2? Race number 2 is between Jerry Lang, Kai Hugelson, Dallas Cavano, and Will Linkson. Will Linkson managed to not jot down 8 wins of his 10 races during the first half of the season. Hopefully he'll be able to keep up with the pace of the early one. Let's see how well he does in this race. Everyone is on the clock, so without further ado, let's have a Chao race! And it looks like Kai Hugelson scored the rest, so let's watch Jerry, Dallas, and Will. These 3 Chao have control over the winning edge, but who will really gain the upper hand in the early run? We'll find out soon enough. Right now, they're at the palm trees, and here comes the coconuts dropping down to the ground. Dallas and Will are going to eat the food, and Dallas is dancing to the beat. So Will Linkson is going to have command on the lead. He is going to be the first to approach the bridges, and it looks like he is going to be flying towards the water, trying to get the right angle so that he can stay in pace with the water. As the first to start to get speed bust is Jerry Lang, and whoa-oh, he made a pass from Will Linkson. Jerry only had 1 win and Will Linkson had 8, but Jerry Lang made the speed bust to make the pass from Will Linkson. So Jerry Lang now has command of the lead. Right now, a couple of Silver Joe are also swimming underwater. As speed bust number 2 in this race will be made by number 7. And number 1 is Squad West, trying to get some attention here. Kai Hugelson doing his best to catch up with a couple of Silver Joe over at the back of the pack. And we are just about at the 1 minute mark. Right about now. And who will get the next command speed rise? It's going to be number 2 who gets it. Right now, let's head back up to the front. Jerry Lang trying desperately to get wins on the board. Will Linkson trying his best to keep his great season alive in the early run. And Kai Hugelson will have the next command speed rise. Meanwhile, poor number 8 is getting left behind from numbers 1 and 2 in the back of the pack. And he tossed one. Wow, he is pissed off by the others. Well, it's going to be number 2 who will get the next command speed rise. That makes his second speed bust to the base. And it looks like Jerry Lang has climbed up to the top of the wall, trying to run away from Will Linkson at Dallas Cavano. Can Will or Dallas stop Jerry Lang's incredible feat? We'll find out soon enough. Next BS belongs to number 8. He finally got some help, but he's still straight in last place. Will Linkson does not want to be lost to Jerry Lang in a hurry. Will Linkson tries to stay alive, but it looks like Jerry Lang's going to hold on for the victory. And Kai Hugelson will get his second speed bust, and he will pass number 7 who scored the best. But it's going to be Jerry Lang who's going to hold on for the victory ahead of Will Linkson. Jerry Lang is approaching the goal line, and Jerry Lang gets the victory. And this time, Kai Hugelson goes for consecutive. Jerry Lang gets his second victory of his 2020 season with a win over Will Linkson. Poor number 8 can just forget about this race. As the last speed bust of this race will be made by number 2, bringing a total of 3 speed busts for this race. So Jerry Lang gets his second victory of his 2020 season. Yep, I knew he would win eventually. What's going to happen in the next race? We'll find out after the break. Do not go away. Well, we have 2 races in the books. Let's proceed to race number 3 now. Race number 3 is going to be between Timothy P. Jackson, Owen Warriors of the Warriors Brothers, Jose Gano from Mexico, and Casey Richardson from the Tag Team Champion Police Joey. Everyone is at the start gates finishing the warm-ups, and we're about to present the race right now, so please start the race! Alright, let's find out which one of them will come on top as they resume their 66th season with the Chao Racing roster. It's 66 years strong for the Chao Racing universe, everyone's favorite virtual racing series on the ChaoEmperor channel, and they're showing enjoying it no matter what happens in the real world. And right now, guess who has the upper hand right now? It's Casey Richardson on the Police Joey. The other 3 Chao went dancing to the beat. And it looks like number 8 is going to stall the speed bus for this race. And look at this. He is going to pass Owen Warriors who is going to rest. So Owen Williams will have to drop down to last place for a while. But maybe he might be able to head to the water. Yep. He's going to be flying towards the water. As the superstar to get speed bus number 2 is number 1. Trying to hold on number 8 for 6th place. And look who made it through a shortcut. Timothy P. Jackson going for win number 3 of his 2020 season. He took a shortcut with 40. As number 8 will get another turn. That makes his 2nd speed bus of the race. Right now, Casey Richardson is trying his best to battle with number 2 for 2nd place. And number 2 passes one. And we have passed the 1 minute mark. Casey Richardson will now have come in on 2nd place over number 2 as they make their way towards the Sapphire portion of the end, of course. As we head back into number 8. That's a little bit more help that time. That makes 3 times on the last 4 speed bus that number 8 has got it. Meanwhile, guess who's getting left behind in the competition all the way in the back of the pack? It's number 7. He might need some speed bus to get back in this one, but the next speed bus is going to be made by Jose Gano, one of our 2 relatives from Mexico, by no say the least. Timothy B. Jackson is going to rest, and down goes Jose Gano. That's going to cause serious damage. And number 1 will get another turn. That makes his 2nd speed bus in the race. Oh well, poor number 7 is going to be busy coming out the wall. I don't think he'll get any speed bus for a while. Not to say the least. Next PS belongs to Jose Gano, currently sitting in 3rd place behind Casey Richardson. And back in the home stretch, Timothy P. Jackson has a commanding lead as he swims his way towards the finish line. And there we have it. Timothy gets the win as next PS we made by number 1. Timothy P. Jackson gets a huge dominating victory with that shortcut affair. He gets his 3rd victory of his 2020 season. Poor number 7 is still trying to catch up in the crowd, as Owen Williams will get the next command PS. But I think you don't have to settle for a loss. Jose came in 2nd, and Casey Richardson comes in 3rd place. Good race, everybody. And we have just enough time for 1 more speed bus of this race, and it will be made by number 8. That brings a total of 4 speed bus for number 8 for this race. Timothy can celebrate a huge victory. Yep, I'm sure he'll do all his best to gain wins for his 2020 season. No doubt about it. Back for more Sayachi after these messages. Alright, now let's move on to race number 4. And this next race will feature what is perhaps the fastest runner for the fall half of season 66 this season. It's the Mexican Ricardo Cayman. Tonight he'll be taking on the ChaoEmperor Eric Crosby, the defending champion Luke Green, and Kevin Forrester, who also did very well during his first half of the season. But Ricardo Cayman, wow, he has an S-rank in running. That's why he's a running top Chao. He is brown colored. Let's see how well she'll do tonight. Everyone is on the clock, and let's rock this place! Alright, there goes Ricardo Cayman. He is off and running, quickly making it to his palm trees. There are 8 palm trees in all, 1 for each line of the 8-man grid. And right now Ricardo Cayman is going to eat the fruit. And guess what? He can say adios. That's how you say goodbye in Spanish, by the way. And right now it looks like Luke Green, the defending champion, is going to have command of 2nd place over number 2. And number 2 is going to rest. So he will have to drop down a couple places. And it looks like Eric Crosby, the ChaoEmperor, is heading for the water. As Kevin Forrester wins the winning toss, he's also heading for the water along with number 2. And number 8 is sweeping all the way in the back of the pack. Now he has a lot of catching up to do if he wants to get back in the game for sure this time. And who will get speed bus number 2 in this race? It is number 7 who will get speed bus number 2. That's a little bit of help trying desperately to catch up. And Luke Green pauses for a moment. So that will give Ricardo Cayman a little bit of breathing room ahead for the moment. And we are almost at the 1 minute mark. Pretty soon it's going to be 1 minute. as the next superstar to get a speed boost is number 8, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then. Oh, that didn't help a lot of me that time. He needs some more help. Anyway, Luke Green, who is the defending champion for this season, is trying his best to battle with the ChaoEmperor Eric Crosby from Canada for an easy second place behind our leader Ricardo Cayman. And it looks like number 2 will get some help. He currently leads over the 4 Silver Chao ahead of number 7 with 5th place. And right now, numbers 1 and 8 are battling for dear life all the way in the back of the pack. These two Chao really need some speed boost, and number 8 taunts from 1. Which one of them is going to get the next command speed boost to get back in this one? It's number 1 who gets it. So he will lead number 8 in the dust. And oh boy, it will be a miracle for either Luke Green or Eric Crosby to catch up with Ricardo Cayman's incredible speed. Kevin Forrester also trying his best to stay alive in the game, but I think Ricardo is going to win this one. Yep, Kevin Forrester gets his second speed boost, and Ricardo Cayman is making his way towards the finish line. Once he reaches land, he's going to quickly cross the finish line with style. And Ricardo Cayman gets the victory! Well done by Ricardo Cayman with style. His one side he won, and number 1 with the next speed boost, but that was a pity right there. Ricardo Cayman is on his way to fulfill a Cinderella season this year. Yep, I knew his running will pay off. He's now up to 4 wins, and we'll see what happens next time. Coming up, there's more exciting action for you, but first have a look at this. Welcome back to Chao Racing 2020. It's been a swell time tonight so far here on our fall preview show, and we're gonna keep up with the festivities for this next race. Paul has got all the details, so Paul, you know the drill. Alright, the next race will be Tyler Foltz, Rich Jennings, Charles Son Watson, and Kenny Days. So, here's a look at how the lineup forms for this next portion of tonight's races. And here we go with another men's division race. Everyone's on the clock, and let's have a challenge! Alright. There goes the next 4 superstars. They're off and running from the starting gates, and they're rushing from the rainbow path. The starting point for each and every race on the yellow course, that is. And the next obstacle after that is the palm trees, where they bring down that coconut-shaped fruit, and now they're going to eat the fruit. And it looks like Kenny Days and Charles Son Watson are going to be fighting for the lead up in the front. They're going to make their way to the amethyst portion on the yellow course, and Charles Son Watson is with us, as Kenny Days is going to be flying towards the water. Will he hold on for the victory? We'll soon know, as the first superstar to get speed boost is number 8, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then, along with number 7. And right now, Kenny Days has quickly made it to the other side of the water path, trying to defend up the lead over Charles Son Watson. Kenny Days making his way towards the top of the hill. He's showing smiling alright. And number 8 opens this one up with back-to-back speed boosts as Tyler Foltz goes to sleep. So number 8 will have a little bit of catching up to do. Meanwhile, Rich Jennings trying desperately to get wins for the season. He has currently at 0-10 and a couple more. Wow, that's a pity. Anyway, Tyler Foltz, the AC Gambler, will have the next command spears. And take a look at pour number 1 and pour number 7 as we pass the 1 minute mark. Should be 1:10. Numbers 1 and 7 are both battling for dear life in the back, and number 1 gets some help on the speed bus. But will it be enough? We'll find out soon enough. Meanwhile, Kenny Days has a commanding lead over Charles Son Watson. He is the first to climb up the wall. He's doing pretty well, right? And here comes Rich Jennings for the next command spears, trying to make a rally here at the cap point. Tyler Foltz also not too far behind. Oh, and down goes Tyler Foltz. That's unlucky. And he decided to pause for one. So he will have to follow number 2 as he climbs up the wall. And who got the next one? It's number 7 as he fights for number 1 and 8 for survival. And here comes Charles Son Watson and Rich Jennings They are both catching up to Kenny Days. Who's going to be the first one going to get to the goal? We'll find out soon enough. Next PS belongs to number 2, who leads over the 4-7 Chao 5th place. Charles Watson still right on Kenny Days' tail. Kenny Days trying to prevent Charles Watson from finding the open hole at the moment. And as Title Falls takes the next command viewers, Kenny Days holds on Charles Watson for the victory. Kenny Days gets an easy victory over Charles Watson. He got to the finish line first, so Kenny jots down a W on his scorecard. Wow, that was a close one. Yeah, Paul, I do agree with you. Kenny Days was the better man that time. Back for another side race after these messages. Do not go away. So we're almost halfway through the men's division portion of the races tonight. That's right, Brennan. And we can tell you right now that the next race, which will feature Ricky Nelson, Nolan Helms, Samuel Davisberg, and Steven Robinson, will close out the first half of our men's division races portion for the fall preview show here on Chao Racing 2020. There's the lineup, and let's see which one of them is going to come up on top. Good luck to the next 4 players. Everyone is on the clock, and let's rock this place! And it looks like Samuel Davisberg is going to rest, so he will be left behind in the competition for a while. And Ricky Nelson is also going to rest. That means it's going to be Nolan Holmes versus Steven Robinson up in the front as they shake the palm trees. And remember, anything can happen in the Chao Racing universe. The fans of the Chao Racing universe know that motto every season, and they're keeping their promise to do it no matter what happens. Right now, Nolan Holmes is going to have full control of the lead because Steven Robinson is dancing to the beat. Who is going to get the first speed bus for this race? It's going to be number 1, who is in last place over the HL right now. Now catching up to Steven Robinson for DOI all the way back. Ricky Nelson is going to be flying towards the water, and he will be joined momentarily by Steven Robinson and one of the Super Chow, to say the least. Couple Super Chow, in fact, as Ricky Nelson has speed bus number 2 in this race. He will now have command of the lead. Nolan Helms trying his best to catch up with the others in a hurry. Samuel Davisberg also doing his best to stay alive in the game. By now it is Ricky Nelson who has the lead, followed by Steven Robinson when they both hit the water. As number 1 will get another turn, that makes his second speed buzz of the race, but he is still in last place all the way in the back of the pack. And right now Steven Robinson is going to rest, so he will have to drop down a couple places to net nap. And here comes Nolan Helms for the next command speed bus. We have passed 1 minute, and Nolan Helms for that speed bus is trying his best to catch up to Ricky Nelson. Ricky Nelson better enjoy his time below because here comes Nolan Helms, quickly catching up to Ricky Nelson in a hurry. As the next speed bus will be made by number 2. Trying to catch up a little bit. Now he'll have to battle with number 7 and 8 for 5th place. Poor number 1, meanwhile, is getting all alone in last place. I do believe he's going to need some speed runs if he wants to catch up with the crowd in a hurry every now and then. But it's Steven Robinson, who also merely needs some help in the back, who would take the next KSPS, now catching up to Samuel Davisberg for 3rd place. Meanwhile, Ricky Nelson and Nolan Helms are battling for the lead as they approach home stretch. Which one of them is going to have the upper hand? We'll find out soon enough. Next PS belongs to number 7. He wakes up with a snap, and now he leads on the 4th switch Chao with 4th place. And it looks like Nolan Helms has got back the lead from Ricky Nelson, trying to swim this one away from Ricky Nelson. And number 7 can say sayonara to the 4th switch Chao. He gets back to Max PS, and Nolan Helms is going to celebrate right over here. Nolan Helms is the winner over Ricky Nelson. And Steven Robinson, who will come in 3rd place behind Ricky Nelson. And Samuel Davisberg will close on the speed bus. Number 1 has no hope for surviving whatsoever. And congratulations to Ricky Nelson. Or Nolan Helms. Nolan Helms gets a victory, right? Yeah, congratulations to Nolan Helms. We're at halftime. Back from one side action after we hear words from this. Ladies and gentlemen, to coincide with the ongoing events of the COVID-19 pandemic across the virtual and real world, we are going to continue producing our fall preview show here in the ChaoEmperor Sports Studio. So, if you see the Chao Racing Stadium, you'll notice that it will be empty from now on until everything goes back to a new normal. So, please keep in mind and thank you for your understanding. Anyway, let's continue with the second half of the men's division portion of our fall preview show. Paul, who do we have for race number 7? Race number 7 will feature Chip Sube, Gray Bakersfield, who has improved in his running game recently, last year's runner-up Zach Arneson with an impressive 9-1 record, and Daniel Heaton, who is Al Heath Sr.'s younger brother. The players will line up and ready to go. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race! And it looks like Chip Sube and Gray Bakersfield are going to rest. That means Zach Arneson and Daniel Heaton will have the opening edge. We'll soon know which one of them will pay off or not in the early run. Here comes Gray Bakersfield, busting through the rainbow path after being forced to go to rest. Zach and Daniel are going to eat the fruit. And it looks like Zach Arneson is going to have the upper hand because Daniel Heaton is actually the beat. But here comes Gray Bakersfield trying to get back the lead after forcing to go to rest. But look at this! Zach Arneson spoils Gray Bakersfield's comeback with a shortcut! 1-0 as Chip Sube wins the winning toss. Boy, Gray Bakersfield is getting pissed off. He was going to rest and now he's gave away the lead to Zach Arneson, and now Zach Arneson has taken a shortcut. Now Gray Bakersfield really needs a lot of catching up to do in the early run. As number 8, we'll have Speedbus number 2 in this race, and take a look at number 2 all the way in the back of the benches. He's also getting pissed off by what looks like he is in dead meat all the way in the back of the pack. Well, anyway, it's Chip Sube who will get number 10. That makes his second Speedbus of the race. And we are at the 1 minute mark with no crowds at all because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Coronavirus. But Zach Arneson doesn't matter. He's chilling, he's entertaining his fans, everyone at home with authority. And number 8 will have the next command Speedbus. And right now, Gray Bakersfield, without any fans to cheer him on for, trying to make a miracle comeback. He's climbing up the wall. But will be enough to make it all the way? We'll find out soon enough. Next BS belongs to number 7, who leads over the 4-0 Chao in the back. Poor number 2, meanwhile, is all alone in last place. I do believe he's going to need some speedruns to get back in this one, but it's number 1 who will get the next command BS. Oh well, Gray Bakersfield is not going to get back the lead from Zach Arneson. Zach Arneson is going to get his 10th win of his 2021 redemption run this week. Zach Arneson is the winner as number 1 gets back-to-back BS. So Zach Arneson is the first superstar to approach 10 wins, double-digit wins, for the 2020 Chao Racing season. Oh well, Gray Bakersfield still had a lot of fun. He'll come in an easy second place. And with a Speedbus, Daniel Heaton is expected to take third place. Chip Sube, meanwhile, trying to find the open hole to pass number 7 for 4th place. He's closing in on number 7, and he will make the pass with the next Speedbus, and that's probably going to do it. Number 2 can just forget about this race. He went a little too far flying off course. Alright, so Zach Arneson is now at 10-1. It doesn't really matter for his fans at home. He is enjoying the show no matter what. Back from in a bit. Do not go away. And while we wish our fans to stay safe back in their houses and homes, watching all of our favorite superstars race for glory, let's zip one up race number 8 ball. And for race number 8, we have J.J. Nehemiah, the Bobby Mater, Bobby K, Orlando Alvesta, and the Urban Cowboy, Benny Mullen. Good luck to these next 4 superstars on a quest for victory, and let's have a Chao race! And Bobby K is going to rest. So let's watch JJ, Orlando, and Benny. These 3 will have control of the opening edge, but who will pay off in the early run? We'll find out soon enough. Right now, JJ, Orlando, and Benny are going to shake the palm trees and bring down that coconut cheap fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And there goes Benny Mowat, busting down the line. He is going to be leading over the 8 Chao in the current moment. And who will get the first speed bumps on his face? It's JJ Nehemiah. Just as he was going to sleep, he wakes up immediately and he keeps on going. Poor Bobby K is stranded in last place after going to sleep. He is trying to pay off a gamble to get all the way back to first place. He is going to be flying towards the water, and yes indeed, he pays off his shortcut strategy. So now he takes the lead as number 8 will have speed as number 2 in his face. Look at Bobby K go, even with an empty crowd attendance in the stadium right now because of the COVID-19 pandemic. He is not letting his fans down at the homes yet. He now has command of the lead after taking a shortcut, and now he's already making his way towards the south final portion of the Emerald course. As the next BS win made by Orlando Alvesta, who is catching up to Benny Moore for second place. We are at 1 minute, and take a look at JJ Nehemiah. He doesn't want to be left behind from Orlando and Benny. He goes in 4th place. He is trying his best, alright, to catch up with the other 3 competitors in a hurry. But I'm pretty sure he is a winner nevertheless. Well, anyway, let's find out who will get the next command speeders. And that next speeders will be made by number 8, who is stranded in last place all the way in the back. That was a good speeders right there, but I do believe he's going to need a lot more help than that. Meanwhile, Bobby K is trying to defend the lead over Benny Moen and Orlando Mester, who are still neck to neck for second place. Bobby K has reached the top of the wall. Will he hold on? We'll find out soon enough. Next BS belongs to number 1, and down goes number 2 for the count. And Benny Moen is going to rest, so he will have to lead to Orlando Mester for second place. Orlando Mester trying to make a miracle comeback, and here he comes with the next command speed bus. That makes his second speed bus of the race. But I believe Bobby K is going to celebrate an easy victory. He is going to hold off Orlando Mester after forcing him to go to rest at the start of the race. Bobby K is going to win this race. As number 8 takes his second speed bus, Orlando Mester won't have enough distance to catch up to Bobby in time. Bobby K wins this one with a shortcut affair. Orlando Mester will come in second place, and that'll be followed by JJ Nehemiah in third place. As number 2 will close out speed bus, as number 8 can still sing the last place blues. He is trying last place still. So, after being forced to go to sleep at the start of the race, Bobby K prepares a shortcut to win this one. Yep, he's done pretty well, alright, and we'll be right back for another exciting race after this. Okay, folks, still come winner 1 in the show. We'll have Alvin Sr. looking for his second Superstar of the Week honors with our fall preview show's main event. But now, let's hear what Paul has to say about this race for race number 9 of the men's division. Thank you, Brandon. Race number 9 will feature Adrian Lagetta, Ben Henderson, the next generation superstar Antonio Bennett from the Classic Go-Getters, and Donald Bennings. Let's see who's going to come on top of this one. Best of luck to these next 4 players, and let's rock this place! Okay, so the fans are surely going to enjoy staying safe as they watch their television sets cheering on their favorite superstars from home. And right now, Antonio Bennett is going to rest, so he's going to be left behind in the competition for a while. Right now, it looks like Adrian Lagetta is going to have full control of the lead. Yo Chow and Dancy to the beat. Adrian Lagetta making his way towards the bridges along with number 2. And he's going to rest, but he will make it friends with his one momentarily. As the first superstar against beat best is Donald Bennings, who was the 2018 World Champion. The right way looks at, yep. He won the World Championship in 2018 and a tag team title in 2019. As of right now, he is at 500 with 5 wins and 5 losses. As Speedbus number 2 in this race was made by the next generation superstar, Antonio Bennett, who made 2 World Championship appearances in the mid-2010s. And look who's blowing Adrian Lagetta's huge lead. It's Ben Henderson. He took a shortcut and now he has command of the lead. As Donald Bennings will get a return, that makes his second speed bus race. Oh, take a look at poor Adrian Lagetta as he passed the 1 minute mark. He had the upper hand early on in the race, but now he gave away the lead to Ben Henderson when he took a shortcut. So now Adrian Jenner must survive if he wants to get back the lead from Ben Henderson. As the next BS we made by number 8 as Don Lang scored the best. Number 8 currently leads over the Forest to a Chao with 5th place. Poor number 1 and poor number 2 meanwhile are battling for dear life all the way in the back of the pack behind number 7. I believe one of them should get a speed race to catch up in the crowd in a hurry. Who is going to get that chance to stay alive? It's going to be number 1 who gets it. Ben Henderson making his way past the wall followed with a big lead, while Adrian Jenner is just approaching the top of the wall. He goes to second place. Will he make a comeback? We'll soon know. Next PS belongs to number 2. He also really needs help along with number 1. Right now, Donald Lennox and Antonio Bennett are battling for third place. They are battling for third place behind Adrian Jenner as they make their way towards home stretch. And here comes Antonio Bennett with his second speed bus, currently battling with Donald Lennox for third place. Ben Henderson trying to wrap this race up. He is going to win this one thanks to a shortcut. And Ben Henderson did it. Ben Henderson holds off Adrian Jenner by a little bit of room to spare. He wins this one with a shortcut. As Donald Lennox makes the pass from Adrian Jenner with the next speed bus. And that's going to do it. Number 1 has no hope of surviving whatsoever. Alright, what a deal by Ben Henderson. Yep, his incredible strategy paid off, and now he has 3 wins up on his week. Will he continue the trend? We'll soon know next time. Coming up, there's more exciting action for you, but first, have a look at this. Alright, Paul, we got 3 more races to go for the men's division portion, so tell us who do we have next. Race number 10 will feature Chris Schneider from the Classic Go-Getters, Michael Creighton, the Great Louis Charleston, and the Gangnam Style Master Garrett Dayton. There's a look in the lineup for this next portion of our fall preview show, for the men's division portion that is, and let's see who's going to be lucky enough to earn a W on their scorecard. Please start the race! And Chris Schneider and Garrett Dayton are going to rest, so let's watch Michael and Louis. These two shall have control of the opening edge. We'll soon find out which one of them will pay off in the early run. Right now, Louis and Michael are going to shake the palm trees, and from there, they're going to bring down that coconut-shaped fruit, and now they're going to eat the fruit, and there goes Louis Charleston and Michael Creighton. They're going to be battling for the lead up in the front. Who is going to get the upper hand? We'll soon know. As the first superstar to get speed bus is number 1, who is dancing to the beat along with number 7 back in the palm trees. Now trying to catch up a little bit. Louis and Michael battling for the lead as they make their way towards the bridges, bursting with all the excitement, entertaining the fans in their homes, watching their television sets. And who will get speed bus number 2 in this race? It's going to be number 7 who gets it. Trying to battle with Garrett Dayton and number 8 for D-Life all the way back. They are all catching up to Chris Schneider, who are battling. It's a 4-way battle for survival, and down goes Garrett Dayton, dropping over the bridges as number 8 will have next time SBS. And look who took a shortcut. It's number 1 of the Silver Chow. He now has command of the lead after taking the opening toss for his race. And we have passed the 1 minute mark as number 1 makes his way towards the wall. As the next viewers we made by the Gangnam Style Master Garrett Dayton. Right now, with the best position in second place, it's Louis Charleston, but Michael Creighton's rapidly catching up to him in a hurry as we head back into Garrett Dayton. That's back-to-back speedruns for Garrett Dayton in the current run. Well, down goes number 2 and number 7. Not so cause serious damage for both of these superstars. They are both getting left behind in the competition all the way back. But back to Garrett Dayton again. That makes 3 in a row for the Gangnam Style Master himself. And right now, Louis Charleston and Michael Creighton are going to rest on top of the hill. So that means number 1 will have a comfortable lead ahead of these 2 superstars. As Michael Creighton, well, the next command SBS trying to take away second. Well, number 1 went a little too far that time, but I still believe he's going to hold on to first place. Michael Creighton trying to defend second place over Louis Charleston as they make way towards the home stretch. And as number 2 takes the next BS, it looks like the great Louis Charleston is going to take away second place from Michael Creighton. Now he regains over the best position along with Lewis Charleston. As number 7 takes another speed buzz, Lewis Charleston's going to get the job done. Number 1 comes in first place, and with a second place finish, the great Lewis Charleston holds on Michael Creighton for the victory. Now he has 3 wins thanks to a second place finish over Lewis Charleston. As Chris Schneider will get another turn, and that's going to do it. It doesn't have to be first place in order to jot down a win on the scorecard. Lewis Charleston only needed second place to make the pass from Michael Creighton to secure the victory. That's right, he gets the job done with second place. We're coming back for more exciting action about Fall PB Show for our Chao Racing fans, but right now let's hear a word from this. So we made it through 10 races of the men's division this evening, and now we are down to the last couple of races for this portion of our 2020 Fall PB Show here on Chao Racing. Paul, I'm anxious to tell who's up next. Alright, the first of those remaining races will feature, for race number 11, Jeff Norris, Frank Fernandaro, TJ Edwards, and the fan favorite newcomer, Sonny Bradley. Who is going to be the fortunate one tonight? We're about to find out right now. Let's spark this place. Alright, so as the crew and staff prepare for the first main event of the fall half of the 66 season of Chao Racing coming up in the next segment, these 4 Chao in this race look to impress their fans watching from home as they shake the palm trees to bring down that coconut-shaped fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And there goes Jeff Norris and all the competitors who are going to be following him, all with one of these 7 Chao. These Chao are going to make their way towards the bridges, and I do believe Frank Fernandaro is going to rest. Yep, as TJ Edwards takes his first speed race this time around. His full name is Terry Joe Edwards because we like to call it TJ for short. Anyway, number 2 is going to rest, and now number 8 is going to sleep. So both number 2 and number 8 are going to have a lot of work to do if they want to catch up with the remaining 6 Chao in a hurry. As the superstar to get speed bus number 2 is number 2, who leaves number 8 in the dust all the way 7th place. And right now it is Jeff Norris, who has a commanding lead. And just think, it's interesting that he is winless during the first 10 races of the season, but maybe he'll have enough strength to get his first win of his 2020 season. We'll soon know, as the next BS win made by Sonny Bradley, who was at 500 during the first half of the season, of his first season. Right now it is Frank Fernandaro and TJ Edwards, who are battling for second place as we pass the 1 minute mark in this race. Good competition so far for second place as we head back into Sonny Bradley. Sonny himself is doing pretty well, hoping to entertain his fans back home. Right now it is Jeff Norris, desperate to get his first win of his 2020 season this evening. He is making his way towards the long-term one. He is having a smile so far in the first long-term one. But here comes Frank Fernandaro, trying to make the power when the next commands me us. Will be enough to make it all the way to the lead? We'll find out soon enough. Poor number 8, meanwhile, is stranded in last place. He is getting left behind on the competition trying to fight for survival. Well, he is going to need a couple of speed bumps to get back in this one for sure. And this is the first of them. Will we get some more? We'll soon know. Meanwhile, Jeff Norris is starting to get company. Frank Fernandaro is trying his best to spoil Jeff Norris' first win of the season. Jeff Norris better watch out soon. Can he hold on for the victory? We'll soon know. Next PS belongs to TJ Edwards. That makes his second speed race of the race. And look at this. Frank Fernandaro scored the race, so TJ Edwards will command second place. But I do believe, yep, Jeff Norris is going to hold on from TJ Edwards for the victory. So as number 8 takes his XP, still trying to stay alive, you get time one up for Jeff Norris over TJ Edwards. Jeff Norris finally gets his first win of his 2020 season. TJ Edwards will come in second place, and by a few feet, it looks like Frank Fernandaro will have to settle for third place. Oh well, it was fun being with us back for the 66th season. As number 8, who continues to catch up with the others in a hurry, is expected to close this one out with back-to-back spears, and Sonny Brownlee takes the best just as he crosses the finish line, and this one is over. So, Jack Nellis ends his winless drought tonight. That's right. But we'll soon know how long his winning streak will continue in the early one. The main event is on its way next, but first let's hear a word from our sponsor. So, since we're not allowed to have any fans due to the ongoing events of the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic going on, I'm going to ask the famous question to my good announcer buddy Paul Sycamore this evening. Paul, what time is it? It's main event time, Brandon! That's right, Paul! And this is the Fall PB Show's main event that promised everyone watching on their homes a good time no matter how they're chilling or staying safe. But anyway, Paul, who do we have for our main event? Our main event for our Fall PB Show will be our returning champion, the license to drive Alvin Sr. Tonight, he'll be taking on Corey Sanchester, the 2018 Rising Stars champion Bryson Dorrance, and representing one half of our tag team champions, the police Joey Rusty Williamson, the honorary policeman everyone also loves. Let's have a Chao race! And while these Chao are off and running, let me remind you that the main event for our fall preview show for 2020 is presented by our executive power partner Duncan, who reminds everyone to stay safe and keep making virtual donations of $1 or more towards all of Duncan's charities and local events all across the nation. He'll keep everyone running on Duncan. And right now, Rusty Williamson and Corey Sanchester are going to be battling for the lead up in the front. As number 8 will start the speeders for this week's fall preview show main event. Corey Sanchester is making his way towards waterfall, and that will be followed by Al-E Sr. right on his tail, our current champion for the main event process. As number 2, who will be joining these two along with number 7 out of the water, will take Speedbus number 2. Number 2 and number 7 are trying their best to move up a couple places. They don't want to be left behind in the competition. They're going to swim their way towards the other side. And number 7 quickly makes it to the other side of the water with the next command Speedbus. Right now, it is the policeman, Rusty Williamson, from the tag team champion Police Joey. But here comes Corey Sanchester, rapidly catching up to him. Our current champion Alvin Sr. also doing his best to stay alive, as the next speedbus will be made by number 8. That makes his second speedbus of the race. Right now, the 2018 Rising Stars champion Bryson Dorrance is trying his best. He needs to catch up with the crowd in a hurry, and down he goes for the count, and he almost dropped off course. That's too bad for him. And number 8 gets back-to-back speedbus, but will it be enough to stay alive in the game? We'll soon know. Meanwhile, Rusty Williamson and Corey Sanchester are climbing up the wall with Alvin Sr. and Bryson Dorrance right on their tail. Who is going to prevail with the main event victory? We'll find out soon enough. Next speedbus belongs to number 2. That makes his second speedbus of the race. And Rusty, Corey, and Alvin Sr. are all going to rest. That means Bryson Dorrance, the 2018 Rising Stars champion, will have the privilege to catch up with the other opponents in a hurry. As Rusty Williamson will have the next command speedbus, trying to take the lead over Corey Sanchester. And right now, number 1 is going to sleep. And so is number 8. Yeah, so number 1 and number 8 are going to be battling for dear life all the way back. No help for either one at all. And uh-oh, watch out! Here comes Alvin Sr. with the next command speedbus, making a pass by Rusty Williamson, and he is going to get to the finish line first. The license to drive Alvin Sr. wins his second Superstar of the Week honors. That was an incredible contest to remember. Alvin Sr. paid off his speedbus like a pro. As number 1, we'll have the last speedbus for our main event presented by Duncan. Poor number 8, I can't just forget about this race. So, with an excellent comeback, Alvin Sr. repeats as the Superstar of the Week. That's right. Look forward to seeing him in the next match, and we'll be right back with more after the break. Do not go away.